In the North Africa region, there are over 1 million refugees, asylum seekers, and a large number of migrants, all in great need of protection. The Regional Development and Protection Programme, funded by the European Commission, supports actions to enhance third countries' capacity to provide refugees and migrants with effective protection, assistance, and access to durable solutions such as voluntary returns and reintegration, local integration and resettlement. Improved safety and an increased availability and access to means for self-reliance can avert secondary migratory movements, representing important precursors to durable solutions. The RDPP North Africa was launched in 2015. The projects under the protection component are implemented in 8 countries: Algeria, Chad, Egypt, Libya, Mauritania, Morocco, Niger and Tunisia. During its first 4 phases, the activities have been carried on by 6 implementing partners: UNHCR, IOM, UNICEF, Save the Children, COPI and STARS.
The RDPP program is important for the European Commission because it is one of our tools to work on protection measures in North Africa and the Sahel region. So in that way, the RDPP North Africa is there to kind of fill in the gaps, fill in the protection gaps, and really contribute to building the capacities of third countries, specifically on protection and asylum.
The RDPP North Africa is managed by a consortium of EU member states led by Italy.
La gouvernance du RDPP, c'est le fruit d'une collaboration très étroite entre l'Italie et la Commission européenne. L'Italie a tout de suite reconnu l'importance de donner un soutien politique et opérationnel aux pays qui font face aux flux migratoires mixtes.
The RDPP in North Africa is extremely important for the region and the countries in the region for 2 particular areas. The first area is that it helps us in supporting the host countries in ensuring that they have a national asylum system through capacity building, training, and ensuring that they can eventually take on the core activities related to asylum. The second fold is mostly related to the regular activities when we talk about documentation, ensuring that people in need of international protection are registered, that we conduct assessments and eligibility interviews through the refugee status determination, and also helping in finding durable solution for particularly vulnerable cases in some countries where it is impossible to integrate or to find other solutions.
In the absence of national asylum systems, UNHCR directly oversees registration and refugee status determination, including specific procedures for unaccompanied and separated children. The program is also supporting the scaling up of durable solutions for vulnerable urban refugees in Libya.
We are greatly benefiting actually from contributions under the RDPP program. This enables us to actually maintain the waiting periods that we are having before registration at a manageable level. In registration, it's not only about capturing numbers and figures, preparing statistics, it's all about actually individuals and giving back individuals their identity.
The main achievement is that it has allowed us to register refugees in urban situations, which we really didn't have the funding to do before.
Implementing partners carry out activities in favor of unaccompanied minors. In all RDPP target countries, minors receive protection and assistance through the best interest determination procedures, psychosocial support, medical assistance, education, distribution of kits and benefit of family reunification activities.
UNICEF is really working to build and strengthen the capacity of the authority and other actors in the line of the support of children on the move, to make sure that they provide the quality of care and the support so that the children, no matter where they are protected.
In Mauritania, IOM works in the mahadras, the Quranic schools, rehabilitating the infrastructures, providing migrant students and minors with medical assistance, recreational activities, distribution of food and non-food items, and migrants with voluntary return and reintegration in their countries of origin.
The RDPP program in Mauritania have reached several achievements or results. If we talk about the short-term results, we can talk about the improvement in the life conditions of children living in these mahadras through the food and the non-food assistance, and through the improvement in the facilities where they live.
In Egypt, Save the Children, STARS and UNHCR address gaps in essential services for displaced, unaccompanied and separated children and youth.
There's been a lot of achievements. A lot of services have been rendered. We've placed a lot of children, unaccompanied children, in education facilities, in special classes so they can learn English, they can learn Arabic, catch up from the education they've missed.
They come here to the center as the community usually directs them to us, and then they ask us for services and for support. And our psychosocial workers, a team of community psychosocial workers who are from the refugee communities, who speak the languages of the unaccompanied children and youth, they would receive them here in our center and see how they can best support them with their daily needs.
When I first came to Cairo, my goal was just to travel to Europe through Mediterranean Sea, and just because I am lacking, I get stars. I learned how dangerous the illegal way to cross Mediterranean is, and I stopped thinking about that. And I started thinking about how to live in Egypt, how to change my life, how to continue my education. Now I'm taking care of others. I'm doing the same thing what I used to get from my caseworker.
Implementing partners provide direct assistance to stranded migrants, asylum seekers and refugees. In Libya, the program supported the rehabilitation of detention centers and disembarkation points infrastructures. In Niger, construction works and equipment have contributed towards the rehabilitation of national polyfunctional centers for asylum seekers. In addition to providing assistance to the voluntary return and reintegration in their country of origin, implementing partners also distribute food and non-food items, educational kits, offer legal services, psychosocial support, medical assistance, and vocational trainings.
Ce centre a un cachet particulier parce que ça permet effectivement l'autonomisation de tous ceux qui viennent ici. En apprenant un métier, c'est pour demain. C'est très important ce centre. Et aussi le côté brassage, le fait que les gens viennent se retrouver, se rencontrer les histoires et essayer d'oublier les traumatismes qu'ils ont vécu ailleurs.
We are working specifically on providing direct assistance to the most vulnerable migrants. So there are quite a large group living in Egypt. We estimate to 1 million people who are in need of direct assistance, direct support, facing a series of issues that they may have in integrating into the society.
Partners also implement specialized trainings on international protection, inclusion of migrants and refugees in national services, risks related to irregular migration, and registration of migrants. Trainings are delivered to government officials, police officers, members of civil society, academia, social workers and journalists. The RDPP is also supporting the setup of a migrant registration system at disembarkation points in Libya.
One of the main issues that migrants face in Libya is related to their safety and their protection, and particularly in relation to the disembarkment points and the detention facilities that they often end up in. And there's no real record of who these people are that are rescued or attempt to cross, or are in detention or come out of detention. And so we don't really have a sense of, well, not knowing who they are, we don't really have a sense of whether people are being resmuggled, re-trafficked, and perhaps subject to the same type of exploitation, abuse over and over again in like a, almost in a cyclical way.
For the European Commission, continuing the RDPP program is very important. We are very committed to continue working on this with Italy as leader of the consortium and the other EU member states. And we hope that we can continue actually having more and more contributions, perhaps even expanding the network to other actors on the ground.
Supporting RDPP North Africa is a concrete act of solidarity towards those countries along the central Mediterranean route that are mostly impacted by the mixed migration flows. At the same time, our support contributes to enhancing the access to legal pathways for stranded migrants and refugees in need of protection and services. The program is indeed ambitious, and the challenges are large and growing. Hence, all member states willing to be part of our consortium and to bring new energies, resources, expertise and teamwork are very welcome in joining the Regional Development and Protection Programme for North Africa.